Welcome to Only Good Heroes. My name's Lucia Nazzaro, and on this show, we are highlighting people and organizations who are making a huge impact in their communities and our world during this time of need. On today's show, we're welcoming Jayde Powell. Jayde is the founder and CEO of Shopping Angels. Jayde, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me on. I'm really happy to be here.
So this organization, the work you do really stands out in so many ways. For people that aren't familiar with Shopping Angels, can you tell us a little bit more about what Shopping Angels is?
Yeah, so the program itself is a free grocery delivery program designed for seniors and other at-risk populations during the COVID-19 pandemic. So we provide free delivery, and then we've also started our Sponsor Angel program, where we also provide the delivery for clients who can't afford their items through a sponsorship relationship with some volunteers. So it's been really cool.
Was there a specific story that you heard, Jayde, during the pandemic that was the start or the catalyst of you wanting to start this?
Well, I've seen so many things have happened since the outbreak, and the first little inklings of inspiration, I guess, were the pictures on social media of seniors going to stores and coming to see empty shelves. And as somebody who's close with my grandparents, I know that can be an all-day, trip for them. So, that was just heartbreaking in and of itself. But I think the real catalyst for Shopping Angels was actually a conversation I had with my mom. She was on the phone with me and said she had to go because she's at the grocery store, and she wanted to call our older neighbors to see if she could pick something up for them. So I kind of thought about that for a minute, and I was like, that's the perfect way that I could get me and my friends involved, during this time, is doing something as simple as getting groceries for people who might be afraid or, putting themselves at extreme risk if they were to do that.
I feel like so many people did say to themselves, how can I help? Right? And you took that question and turned it into incredible action for this population. How does it work? How does Shopping Angels work exactly? Say I'm looking for help.
We have a website, so it's just www.shoppingangelsglobal.org, and you can follow the little prompts on the website, whether you want to volunteer or receive help, and you fill out our little form, and then that information gets sent to the state coordinator. So we now have coordinators for all the 50 states, and they'll coordinate a volunteer who lives by you to deliver your groceries for you. We've got about 7,000 volunteers that we have dispersed across the country. So as far as specific cities or zip codes, that's kind of a little too much to keep track of, but we are pretty much everywhere. I heard a story about a volunteer in New York who decided to drive, I think it was an hour and a half, to go deliver to a client who wasn't near them, but it was the closest volunteer. So people are still willing to, take that extra step, which is amazing. The Australian branch has about 800 volunteers now, so they're pretty big, and it's really cool to see them. And then the Canadian branch, I think they have about 100 volunteers, and we also just got interest in the UK as well, so we might be opening somewhere soon.
What was the process to get there like for you?
I mean, it was very, very quick because the whole idea kind of started around March 13th. That was when I was coming home for spring break. And I started to see or receive emails from people in Indiana or Iowa or Oregon saying, I saw your story and it's really cool. And eventually people started to reach out saying, hey, I want to do this in my own state. So it kind of grew very slowly. And at first we didn't have coordinators in every state or anything, but our list just grew, and we were able to reach out to people and say, hey, do you want to coordinate in the state? And people stepped up to the plate. And, if a state didn't have a coordinator, I recruited some of my friends to help out so that they were helping in sometimes states that were across the country. But, we have programs in place to do the matching and everything. So it grew really, really quickly. And the support we received was so tremendous, even in the first few days that we were, operating, which is really cool.
Why do you feel like this is important? Not only now, obviously we know it's important now because vulnerable populations do need extra support, right? But as we start to transition back to a new normal, let's say, do you plan to be here? And why is it important for you to stay doing what you're doing?
Yeah, we definitely are here to stay. We're actually in the process of getting our nonprofit 501c3 recognition so that we can actually do this way long into the future. And it's extremely important. I didn't realize how important it was until I started to have clients reaching out to me saying, this service is needed even without all of this going on. I've seen it on Facebook comments of people saying that. I've had volunteers reach out and say, hey, I want to do this even if things go back to normal. I want to be able to do this for people. And whether it's somebody who is a senior who may, have a hard time getting out of their house and getting into the store, or if it's somebody with a disability who may just, again, have that same issue of getting to the store and being able to find their items, there's always going to be people that we can help. And we are trying to set ourselves up in a way that we can help these people for the foreseeable future at no cost, which would be really cool.
I know you have a GoFundMe. How much have you raised through the GoFundMe to date?
So I believe to date it's about $46,000, which is mind blowing because
in months.
Yeah, it's been really, really awesome though, because I never thought to start a GoFundMe until somebody sent in an email saying, hey, do you have a GoFundMe? I'd love to donate. So the fact that I have, a pretty solid amount of, funding for a program that is now nationwide, and we've even got international branches, that's just awesome to be able to have that support from people. So I'm really excited to be able to put that to use.
Jayde, I know you have a sponsorship or partnership with Cloak and Manners. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Cloak and Manners is a California-based company who sell masks on Etsy. So we have partnered with them, and they are donating a portion of their funds from these masks to our organization and giving our angels a 10% discount when they use the code word angels at checkout when they purchase those masks. So it's one of the ways that we're trying to provide our volunteers with the things they need to be safe, and also keeping our clients safe, because as I think we've all heard, masks are one of the best ways to prevent the spread of COVID. So we're just trying to, do what we can with the community to protect ourselves and our clients.
Well, the work you're doing is impactful. There's lots of ways to get involved. It sounds like volunteering, going to Cloak and Manners, and being a sponsor, making a donation on GoFundMe. So if you want to get involved, make sure you check out all those options. And we would like to say thank you for the work you're doing and make a $100 donation on behalf of OnlyGood TV and OnlyGood Heroes to say thank you. And hopefully that will support the work that you're doing as well.
Thank you so much. That's going to go to good use, I promise you. Thank you for sharing word about the program. It really comes back to communities wanting to share with each other what they can do for one another. So
yeah, and that's what it's all about, is community coming together, connection, and you're making that happen. So thank you. And thank you for being on today and talking with us.
Of course. Thank you.
For more inspiring stories, make sure to visit us at onlygood.tv, or you can find us at Instagram at onlygood.tv. Thanks so much for being here, and come back real soon for more Only Good Heroes.